All right, you guys. So Ticket TV, like, share, and subscribe as y'all tap on in, man. I salute to all of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get about 5,000-6,000 likes in this video. Share this video, man. And I appreciate all you guys and ladies for joining us today, man. Cash App, PayPal links, all this is in the description box, and it'll be pinned at the top of the chat room along with the article for this story that we're going to talk about in this video today. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the podcast. All those links is in the description box, as well as the website, ticketvmedia.com. You guys can go on the website. You guys can actually get on the website free membership. That link is in the description box, and subscribe to our other YouTube channel to not miss the other content that we got that we pushing out on YouTube on our other channels as well. So salute to everybody. Weight loss formula link is in the description box and in the comment section as well. Let's get right into it. Marcellus Wiley, man, as I told y'all, man, I came in here, did a video yesterday, and I told everybody, hey, look, those people will all let go. Emmanuel Acho, Joy Taylor, Charlie Dixon, all these people was because of this basically sex scandal that was going on over at FS1. And FS1 strategically made the move they had to make to get rid of all these people. And also it has been revealed as well by none other than Marcellus Wiley. And salute to Marcellus Wiley, man. Great channel, man. Great content. Salute to Marcellus. Marcellus is you know what I'm saying? I like Marcellus, man. Salute to Marcellus because he came out and told the truth. And we're going to talk about what he said today in a video he has out today on his channel that I suggest everybody go subscribe to, Marcellus Wiley, that dude TV, because, man, bro, you talking about A1 information and just giving it correctly. This guy has been talking about this the whole time, and he's been absolutely right. The same way he's been cooking on the situation with his boy Max Kellerman and what they did to Max Kellerman and stuff. All these things are correct. But today, let's talk about this article, and I'm going to read some of this article. And like I said, the link is pinned at the top of the comments. Like, y'all already know how we do. So all y'all got to do is check the top of the comments. Y'all going to see the link. But, yeah, man, according to the reports now, not only have those lawsuits, because FS1 was hit with 2 lawsuits, which was the reason why Charlie Dixon was fired. Charlie Dixon was overseeing all these shows, a lot of these shows and stuff. So, Marcellus Wiley is basically saying, hey, look, this is the reason why House got clean. And he broke it down to the molecule. We're going to get into that in a minute. But according to the reports, in the early 2025, a bombshell lawsuit rocked Fox Sports, bringing to light allegations of workplace misconduct and raising questions about the departures of key figures, including executive Charlie Dixon and host Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho. Former NFL player and ex-Fox Sports host Marcellus Wiley has since spoken out, suggesting that a complex web of personal relationships, like I said, not ratings, not views, personal relationships and behind-the-scenes dynamics may have contributed to these high-profile exits. Wiley's revelations shared through his podcast and interviews point to a quote-unquote love triangle involving Charlie Dixon, Joy Taylor, and Emmanuel Acho as a pivotal factor in their departures, shedding light on what he claims was an unfair end to his own tenure at the network. The controversy stems from a 42-page sexual battery and hostile work environment lawsuit filed by Nushin Fajari, a former Fox Sports hairstylist who worked at the network from 2012 to 2014. Faraji's lawsuit, first reported by Front Office Sports, named Dixon, Taylor, and former FS1 host Skip Bayless as defendants, alleging sexual harassment, racially insensitive comments, and a toxic workplace culture. Among the most shocking claims were the allegations that Joy Taylor engaged in romantic relationships with both Charlie Dixon, Fox Sports Executive Vice President of Content, and Emmanuel Acho, a former NFL player and FS1 analyst, to advance her career. According to the lawsuit, these relationships influenced major programming decisions, including Joy Taylor's appointment as host of Undisputed and her role on Speak, the rebranded version of Speak for Yourself. Faraji alleged that Joy Taylor's relationship with Charlie Dixon, who oversaw FS1's daily studio lineup, began around 2016 and contributed to the breakdown of Taylor's marriage after her then husband discovered the affair. Now, the lawsuit further claimed that Joy Taylor used her relationship with Emmanuel Acho to secure a co-hosting role on Speak for Yourself in a 2020, a move that coincided with Marcellus Wiley's departure from the show in 2022. Now, Marcellus Wiley, who co-hosted Speak for Yourself from 2018 to 2022, first with Jason Whitlock and later with Emmanuel Acho, addressed the allegations on his podcast. In an interview with Whitlock, Wiley expressed that while he was aware of rumors about a romantic relationship between Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho, the alleged involvement of Charlie Dixon was a revelation that unlocked a lot for him. I never heard that Charlie Dixon and Joy Taylor were sleeping together, Wiley said, but upon hearing that, I'm not going to lie to y'all, it makes a lot of things make sense. Wiley suggested that the alleged love triangle between Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, and Charlie Dixon played a role in his own exit from Fox Sports. He claimed that Taylor and Acho were plotting to reimagine Speak for Yourself as their own show as early as February 2020, a time when Wiley was still co-hosting with Emmanuel Acho when FS1 rebranded the show as Speak in 2022. Now, Joy Taylor, LaShawn McCoy replaced Marcellus Wiley, a move he now believes was influenced by Charlie Dixon's authority and personal relationships. Wiley hinted that these dynamics created an unfair environment, stating that imagine if Charlie is allegedly sleeping with Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho, and there's somebody who's not sleeping with Joy Taylor. Let's just use me. So in July 2025, the reports emerged that Fox Sports would not renew Joy Taylor's contract, effectively ending her nearly decade-long tenure at the network. Decision coincided with the cancellation of Speak, which Joy Taylor co-hosted with Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce, as well as two other FS1 shows, Breakfast Ball and The Facility, due to low ratings, right? Is what they said. Emmanuel Acho, a co-host of The Facility, was also let go as a part of a programming shakeup. Charlie Dixon had been fired earlier in April 2025, with Fox Sports citing a violation of company policy related to an unrelated hiring process, though lawsuits against him likely played a role, right? And you guys can go read the rest of the article online. Let's get to what Wiley said. Now, Marcellus Wiley went on his show and released a video today that exposed everything. And I have to salute Marcellus Wiley because, you know, man, bro, you know, it's sad when your own people like that do you in, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he was talking about how he, you know, tried to help pick Emmanuel up in the business, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And then dude, you know what I'm saying, he's saying that dude, like, just, you know, I'll let him tell it better than me. Let's get to what he said, Marcellus Wiley, y'all.
I don't want to mess with their money, right? Whether we on speaking terms or not. And we don't, you know, when I see them, I always love. I ain't seen Acho in a minute, but I see Joy still here and there. And it's love. But I'm still going to tell the truth because I love all y'all, but I love the truth more. So it's like, when I know something that is not flattering and I know that people are telling me real dope and I'm like, damn, I ain't going to cut that up. I'm just going to leave it there until it comes out. And then when it comes out, I'll respond. I don't need to be first to the party. I just want to be right about that. So I never wanted to out Joy Taylor. I broke down some of her videos. Watch the videos now. After today, watch some videos I did on Joy or Emmanuel Acho. Then you be seeing the breadcrumbs. I'm like, I'm going to give you some dope. So the real of it is Fox FS1, because of all the names in that lawsuit and the two lawsuits that they had, which they have settled. Those two lawsuits been settled.
Like I told y'all, and that's a revelation that those lawsuits have been settled now. So, and I told y'all a couple weeks ago on this channel, I did a video, said that they'll skip Bayless lawsuits at FS1 with Charlie Dixon, all those people that are quietly being settled and going away, paying that woman off to just, you know what I'm saying? Quietly settling them behind the scenes so it just goes away. And he's going to explain all the dynamics that I told y'all why all these people ended up getting fired, because they were all under Charlie Dixon, right? And that sex scandal going on in the workplace torpedoed everybody. This was not about some, oh, this is ratings. This, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. And we're getting it from the guy who's in the know. So the information I gave y'all yesterday was A1 like it always is. Let's go.
Told y'all that kind of in so many words, if not explicitly. So they get a lawsuit, and y'all know the people who were defendants. It was Skip Bayless, who wasn't in the building anymore, so not really their problem. Charlie Dixon, who was the head dog, not Eric Shank's head, like running FS1, but running. Everybody you saw on TV was because of Charlie Dixon. You had to have some kind of relationship. He had to have some kind of affinity for you, right? So that's how that went. And I knew Charlie Dixon way back 2007. Him and Jamie Horowitz helped me get into the game, Sports Nation, and then bringing Sports Nation west to LA in 2010, and then going to FS1 in 2018. All that's Charlie Dixon with me. Okay, so that's the homie. But like we were saying earlier about haters, I don't hate anybody, but there's some things I don't like that you did. Some things that I hate that you did, not you, it, right? So we're going to talk about some of those things. So you get to a lot of this stuff that happened in that lawsuit was before I even got to FS1. I'm still at ESPN 2016, 2015, 2017, when Joy Taylor lands and all of a sudden gets to big gigs on Undisputed, gets to big gigs with Colin, and then ends up taking my big gig, right? And I ain't tripped one thing. One, I known Joy since she was little. And two, I was like, that's football. She the starting running back. I'll come in. They offer me some stuff. And I was like, these offers look bullshit, but that's these are the breaks. Maybe y'all fell out of favor with me. And I was doing my thing, but no one's perfect. You don't know how perfect you are. The ratings were really good though. The ratings were better than they are now. That's why these cats getting fired. So Whitlock and I had a show that was doing great. Still, they let Whitlock go. And I was like, damn. But they offer Whitlock.
Now, see, it shows you what he just said. It ain't always about the ratings. Because he said that show him and Whitlock were doing was great. But they still let them go. See what I'm saying? They didn't want to pay them dudes right, and they let him go. And he said they was giving him bad offers. Right? Now, let's keep going.
Something that he had to refuse, basically. They said, you're not getting a promotion. You're not getting more. Even though you guys are doing great. No. And that was odd to me. But Whitlock a different dude. So I was like, well, Whitlock probably just don't want it. And I was sitting there like, I remember he left me stranded on death row. I was like, you're not coming to work today? He said, nah, I'm done. And he didn't even say it in the moment. I was just like, where Whitlock? I had to hit him up to him tell me, oh, I'm good. I was like, wow. All right. But I wasn't tripping. And then I did the show. People told me I should look at Acho. And I'd known Acho personally. And he was dating some actress that was a homie of my homie. So I just knew him. Kind of in a mentor role. Like he gave me his number. Like, he's trying to break into the business. And I'm already doing this for 10, 15 years. So I was like, yeah. So we chopped it up a couple times. Then all of a sudden they were like, him. They want you to do a show with him. And I take my career seriously, but I can work with anybody. So I didn't look deep into like Acho. I was just like, all right, well, cool. And then when I started working with him, I was like, oh, okay, this dude want to be a star. That's good, because if he want to raise the tide, we all gonna ride, and we all gonna get higher, right? And remember, this is about Charlie Dixon. I'm gonna get back to the story. So Charlie Dixon put this together. So it's me and Acho. And then it started to get weird.
Now, remember how he say, y'all, Charlie Dixon control everything. All the shows, everything on that network, Charlie Dixon, who was a key figure in that lawsuit. Him, Skip Bayless, and Joy Taylor. Charlie Dixon's the one that controlled all those shows. Everything that they had going on, he controlled it. He was the one who put all these people on. Listen closely so y'all can understand how this thing went down.
Really weird. Gotta remember who my teammates have been over the years, right? Michelle Beto, Carissa Thompson, Carrie Champion, Max Kellerman, even Colin Cowherd, a little bit, doing Sports Nation with him. I go with my radio guys, but the point is, we've always had this real candid conversation of like what you got going on, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And this was the first time I didn't have that relationship with somebody, with Acho. He would act like he was candid, but he forgot I've known Charlie longer than him. So Acho would go to Charlie all the time and tell him all the things that he wanted. And some of those things he didn't want with me. Let's just say it nicely, right? And I knew it from hello, like day one. And I'm looking like, and then you working with somebody and they like, oh yeah, man, I love mustard. And then they going upstairs or they going somewhere else like, I hate mustard and I hate anybody that likes mustard. You're like, what? So he was like, he was backstabbing me. And it's okay because that's the game. But the craziest thing is I kept hearing it from him, Charlie, others that are faces and names and personalities that work there. So I don't want to out them because look, they told me in privacy and candid. So I'm working with a dude that I know that don't want to work with me. And then it happens. They start giving me these bad offers. I was like, ugh. Unbeknownst to me, that this lawsuit was going to come. And then that opened up everything in my mind. Because it now started to make sense. So here we go. Here's the real. The whole allegations against Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon, real or fake? Because I'm not going to do the courtroom. I'm just telling you there's real receipts out there that says, hey, that was real. And the most real receipt is Charlie, when the first lawsuit hit, they put him on administrative leave. Second lawsuit hit, they let him go. Then I knew, people were telling me, Joy ain't long for this. They're going to get rid of Joy. And I was like,
There you have it right there. Has nothing to do with viewership or any of that stuff. Everything to do with that lawsuit and the sex scandal. Like I told you guys yesterday, this is why y'all get the A1 information over here. I tell y'all, and when I come in here, I speak the truth, and I stand on what I say. I stand on what I report. Why? This is what happens when you locked in, baby. Believe that.
damn. I was like, okay, so that must mean she's guilty. It was like, it's not even that deep. Guilty or not, we can't have her just hanging out here, having all of that cloud of allegation just in this building. Because other people were named in that lawsuit.
Like I said.
Not even as defendants. Y'all go through it. From Eric Shanks on down. So they're like, Joy got to go. But ain't this fucked up? So Joy got to go. And everything that Charlie touched or didn't touch, I'm talking about in terms of shows, not just people. Y'all stupid. Everything had to go.
Told y'all. There you have it right there. It had nothing to do with the ratings. They all was going to go. Charlie created all of that. They had to get rid of all of that stuff. Remember, they settled these lawsuits. They were selling these lawsuits. So in the midst of this, they had to get rid of all of this stuff that this dude, you understand what I'm saying? And so they use an excuse of the ratings to get these people out of there. Think about it. And shout out to Marcellus Wiley for breaking this down, because this is what I said yesterday. But, some cats don't want to, believe the information that your boy give. And it's 100 over here. 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? A1 Perico, fresh off the boat type information that you getting from over here.
So think about it. They ain't touching Colin. Colin's too great at what he does. He's his own industry. Colin's so gangster. Colin started a network on a network. They got so mad at Colin, they told him he couldn't promote his own volume on there. And he was like, all right. So guess what he started doing? He just started grabbing highlights and clips that the volume had done because it became news, and that's the only way he could promote it. He never could go out his mouth and say, the volume. He just started saying, look at this clip. And it'd be Draymond on his show or podcast or whatever it may be. So that was some of the internal, they were pissed at Colin, but you can't do nothing to Colin. Colin a G. So they had to give in to Colin, even though they were like, you started a network. You started a competitor right here on our network. Anyway, and first things first, because that's their best show. I think the best show on TV, but whatever. Sports media is the best one, so they kept that. All right, so they're untouchable. And that was the show they were trying to offer me, but it wasn't a real offer. We'll do a video on that because it's not about me today. But Charlie Dixon. Oh, allegations with you and Joy Taylor. Now, they do their third-party investigations, they FBI internal, they do all that. So they already got receipts and notes on all this stuff. Everything that, Whitlock is told, because Whitlock was in the building, all these, rumors, they be keeping receipts, invoices on this.
So this is facts. They actually have factual information and evidence about these things. Shout out to Marcellus Wiley for keeping it real and telling the truth about this situation. Like I said before.
So when the allegations hit, they're like, damn, how can we survive this with Charlie? We can't. You want to know why they can't? Not only did the hairstylist and all the reporter have their own receipts, you got to remember, somebody else was a part of this. Joy was married. You ever want to talk to her ex-husband? I know people that have. You don't want to hear that, y'all. We don't want that deposition.
That's another thing. That deposition from her ex-husband. Woo! Boy, what would that have been like if they didn't settle this lawsuit? Lord have mercy. They had to settle it. That's why everybody had to go. They had to settle it. Some people got hit as far as shrapnel. You know what I'm saying? They just, casualties at war is what you call it. I tried to tell y'all this.
She was engaged. Y'all want to talk to Earl Watson, anybody? So I'm not going to guilt to innocent. I'm just...
If you guys want to know about Earl Watson is a former NBA basketball player and coach. I think he used to coach the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, Earl Watson. Yeah. Joy Taylor was dating him too. So he's talking about that situation as well with him and the things he had to say about her. Because remember, they had a high-profile relationship, Earl Watson and Joy Taylor. Man, Marcellus out here dropping gems.
Saying there's some real receipts out there that can make this story go. So they're like, damn, we can't sit on Charlie. That grenade gonna blow up on us. So boom. I see you in the chat. Relam, you said you may not be happy, but you feel vindicated. Yeah, I feel something. Like I said, to start this video off, I'm not happy when anybody loses their way, loses their job, because I know how that can feel. You wake up that next day and you're like, damn, where the money going? Because now it ain't deposits, it's withdrawals, right? But we saw this coming and we all felt collectively, vindicated is not the word. We just saw it coming and was like, poetic justice. Like we were like, yeah, the world does listen. The world does care about doing the right thing. So anyway, let's get back to Charlie. They can't keep Charlie. And that's messed, because Charlie had worked his ass off to get to that position. But all that, they had their own investigations. They figured it out. They were like, Charlie, we can't keep you. But then if you can't keep Charlie, why are you keeping Joy? I'm just giving you the dominoes and the collateral damage. We can't keep Joy.
Now, they couldn't keep Joy, but they didn't just fire Joy straight up because her contract was going out. So they said, we'll just let her contract run out and we'll just get rid of her after her contract goes out. Easy work. And then everybody else, we'll go ahead and clean all this slate of all these Charlie Dixon people because we don't need no more stuff popping up. You know what I'm saying? Potentially in the future. And we'll wipe the slate clean and do something new. That's what happened. Marcellus Wiley's telling it like it is.
But we're gonna string it along because we can't threaten Joy. We can't just cut Joy off. You gotta let her bleed out. You can't choke her out. You can't just say, bye. You gotta let it go. So that was level one. And that's back in like April, I think. And I'm like, damn, I'm sitting on this information. I'm like, ooh, they about to get Joy. But Joy going around doing the podcast, talking about it. So I'm like, go ahead, Joy, tell them. She's like, we still talk. You saw in the Breakfast Club, we still talking through it. I'm like, go get it. And then, this is the part that sucks. Because Charlie and Joy, allegedly, we got to get rid of both of them. Who else allegedly? Acho and Joy. So the crazy thing is, when I was working there, and Acho wasn't feeling me, but he was acting like he was, but then he's going to the boss, like every day to his house and all the time. We all used to go to his house here and there. I would go like every 6 months. Acho was going every day for like 6 weeks. Like, it's crazy. I was like, all right, go ahead. Enjoy. Teacher's pet stuff. I was like, go ahead. If you take my job, it ain't my job, dog. That was my mindset. Like, I'm not about to go kiss ass or just talk to somebody unnecessarily just so I can keep the gig. I wasn't gonna do that. No, that ain't pride. It's just like, dog, I'm not gonna be under your thumb. I'm 50 years old, dog. Like, if he don't like what I do, just tell me. So he did all that, but the streets, like, I'm from LA, so it's satellites out here. People know me since third grade. Everybody tell me, bartenders, waitresses, people out there like, yo, I seen your boy. I was like, okay. Yeah, I saw your boy with old girl. Talking about Acho and Joy. I was like, all right. He's like, they don't look like they just homies. I was like, all right. So they were basically trying to warn me, like, look, watch your ass. Then people in the building start saying, watch your ass, Wiley. I was like, why? Pause. And I was like, why? They were like, they come to get you. Now, there's some people on the air right now that told me that didn't get fired, so I'm just going to let them live. But they were like, here's the play. They got rid of Whitlock for Acho. They're going to get rid of you for Joy. And that was the first time I was like, and then people tell me they kicking it, hanging, going out to dinners and stuff. I was like, but that's what Acho do. He politicking. I was like, damn, all right, well. And then when they started giving me them bad offers and Charlie was my boy, I was like, dog. I was talking to Charlie. I was like, Charlie, why you ain't being straight up? What's cracking? I had to bring in some other people that Charlie respected and knew too. We had to have some real conversations. Charlie just talking in circles and my spidey sense going off. I'm like, oh, y'all ain't really feeling me no more. That's all right. One thing I knew about people was my grandma, my mama be like, dog, don't ever go somewhere you ain't wanted. That includes work. I was like, nope, y'all ain't gonna treat me like this. So I'm laughing like, all right. I'm like, all right, y'all ain't feeling me. And I could tell by these offers, because the love language in sports and in media is how much you paying me. Don't talk about how good these ratings. Oh, you're amazing. Oh, this take. Let's look at, nah, how much you offer me? That's it? You don't like me. It's okay. And they went from, I was making like 2 million, almost 2 million. And they offered me something. 300,000-400,000. I was like, and that's a lot of money. I ain't trying to clown. Yeah, because I know most of the Americans don't make that. Trust me. I'm just talking about my value at that time had dropped that much. And I was like, oh, hell no. What does little Bubba say? Bubba Dub? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I was like, nah. So that's how that ended. But so then they got together, Acho and Joy. And then I'm like, everybody telling me that this is how it was going to go. And you know, backstabbed and all that stuff. Because it's so crazy to be on the phone with somebody or in their face and you know what they just did or what they about to do, but they acting like you ain't getting it. You acting like you getting over on me. So you talking to me all side. I'm like, dog, I know people that know you that you talking to. Why you acting like this? So Acho, he's harmless. He's harmless. But he's a little more tender. Like he shuts off his mentions. I ain't gonna get fired, and then all these hot takes. You talking about Kevin Durant like he ain't top 20 ever. You clowning, you do all that stuff. And I used to tell him, I was like, dog, I said, you really not built for this. You just want to be famous. You just want to be a star. You just want to like get all the rewards from it, but you don't want what comes with it.
I like him exposing Acho, man. Acho seems like such a phony, man. I love the fact that he exposed that, bro. I mean, man, bro, you could just see it seething through Acho, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy work, man.
I used to tell him that all the time. It's like, dog, stop this hot take shit. You ain't gonna say that to him, and you ain't gonna take him. When y'all used
the same thing he was saying about Angel Reese. All that hating he was doing on Angel Reese. Well, it all get exposed in the end.
Kill him about the uncomfortable conversations. Oh, he used to be mad. He used to be hurt. I was like, dog, leave your mentions alone. Dudes be out here talking shit about everybody. And as soon as you say one word back, be peeking at their timeline. Like, we different. So I was like, all right. So then they took over the job. The ratings got better-ish, but then it got worse. But more importantly, they couldn't work together no more. Which to Fox looks like we have allegations of Charlie messing with Joy. We have allegations of Joy messing with Acho. And we now have some weird conspiracy in which they're working together. Houseway, right? Think about it. If you're like Eric Shanks or somebody who's kind of removed from it, even though he knows a lot, but he don't know everything. And you sitting there, you're like, wait a minute. Hold on, let me listen. Oh, wait a second. Charlie, you took over for Jamie Horowitz. Charlie, Joy Taylor went from undisputed to Colin Cowherd to now taking over Speak for Yourself to Make It Speak, taking out Whitlock and Wiley, which were doing great. And then you got Acho in there with her. But then months later, they got to get away from each other and do their own shows. Now, they made it look like, oh, well, we're going to do our own shows because, you know, we both talents and stars. Nah, it's because whatever those allegations were, it was getting sticky. It's getting sticky. Whether you want to say if they were boyfriend, girlfriend, or messing around, whatever they were doing, it wasn't as cool as it used to be. It sounds good when y'all planning and plotting and backstabbing, but it don't sound so good when you got to work with them every day, and then all of a sudden you want to date somebody else or hang somewhere else or just be yourself. Because you were doing all that motivation just to climb the ladder. Then you get up there and you realize, I really don't need this food. I'm giggling. I'm like, woo.
Mm-hmm. And then them lawsuits come, and that's what happens, you guys. And Marcellus exposed it all, man. And I salute Marcellus Wiley for keeping it 100 and standing on business and exposing the truth. But you guys let me know what y'all feel, man. He got a whole video. Y'all go check his video on his channel, man. Marcellus Wiley, That Dude TV. I mean, he pretty much laid it all out perfectly for everybody, man. It was nothing pretty much else that he didn't cover in that live that I thought that he should have covered. I think that he pretty much touched all bases perfectly, in my opinion. And I think that what he did was absolutely a masterpiece, to be honest with y'all. But, man, if you guys love this stream, if y'all love the content that we put out, man, like, share, and subscribe. Y'all already know what it is, man. Salute to all you guys that are listening to this video. I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure y'all have your notifications turned on all so that you guys will receive all the notifications. Subscribe to the podcast show, Ticket TV Media. Y'all already know everything, man. And a link to the actual article that we're sourcing is going to be at the top of the comment section, along with all the other links under that, and in the description box. So just look in the description box. Y'all see all the links to everything, man. But let me know what y'all think, man. So Marcellus Wiley exposed it all, man. Skip Bayless lawsuit has now been settled officially. The Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless, all that lawsuit, that's why everything was cleaned out and wiped out, man. And it seems like everybody else was collateral damage in this thing. And then they use the excuse of, oh, well, the ratings. Nah, man. It's that sex scandal that hit. It shook up the whole situation. And I totally agree with what Marcellus Wiley said. And it seems as if the information I was given before was absolutely true. So you guys let me know what y'all think. Like, share, and subscribe, man. And again, all the information that y'all need is in that comments, man. And man, bro, FS1, wow. Skip Bayless, wow. Dodged the big one. They're lucky they ain't got to go to court and have all this stuff come out and have these depositions come out and all this testimony. They could not go through that. They had to avoid that, in my opinion. So you guys let me know what y'all think on Marcellus Wiley revealing this information to everybody. I'm gone. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.